Hello, YouTubers. It's Captain Seaton again, reporting live from the Vostro mothership. Since I did a couple of earlier videos on the Vostro V130 and the 131, this is kind of like the big daddy of that particular series. This is the Vostro 3750. They also make a 15-inch model. I think they have maybe a 13-inch model or something like that. This one has the second gen Core i7 in it. A lot of people would see these laying around and get put off by the second gen Core i7, but it is actually a true quad core. It's got 4 actual physical cores, 8 threads. This particular computer will run neck and neck with a much newer model that I have, a Lenovo Z7080, which has a 5th gen Core i7 in it. And if you put them side by side, pretty much run neck and neck. If they were cars, the Z70 would be great in a drag race, and this one would kind of like be the one that would run like Le Mans or the Nürburgring and just keep on going and going and going thanks to those quad cores. We'll open it up, take a look at it. It's got very stiff hinges. There we go. And again, out of my 3, this is my least favorite of the 3. When I got this particular one, it had been an office environment. It had a worn out place on this particular area here. Something else, it had like a little stain over here. So I ordered a brand new part for this top piece. The nice thing about that is it now has brand new buttons here. Listen to this. And this is an actual 0-hour trackpad. I work on so many used computers that running my finger across a 0-hour trackpad is like driving a brand new car. We'll check out the boot on this. It does the little light show over here on the corner. Always like that on the Vostro series. Nice quick boot on this from the Core i7. Running Windows 7 Pro, 64-bit, of course. And of course, RIP headphone users, this is probably the second loudest laptop that I own. The first loudest is my antique HP ZD7000 series, the one that has the Harman Kardon speakers that literally will blow you out of the room. But as laptops go, pretty loud. It's got the stereo speakers, one over here, it's got one over here, plus right in the middle it's got a subwoofer, because that's what you need on a laptop. A subwoofer, of course. What's really nice with the sound is that it does actually have, let me go up to, where's the audio manager? Much like, I guess the Lenovo's have the Dolby sound, this one does the SRS Premium Voice Pro. And if you're watching movies on this, or videos or whatnot, or even just playing some music, it has really great sound. You can actually change the parameters on Air Multimedia, and it adds some really nice audio enhancements, so some really nice room-filling sound. You can really break this out in Starbucks and annoy all the people in there sipping their macchiatos. I have I think a Vostro. Let's see what I have in here. I've got a Vertex 4 256 gig solid state drive. It's one of my favorite solid state drives to use on used computers. If it's something I really like, I might go ahead and splurge and put like a Samsung in there or something. Scores really well. On the Windows Experience Index, 6.6, processor scoring really high, the RAM scoring great. I was going to tell you about the video on this, although it's scoring pretty well. Basically, this has 2 video processors. You have the integrated Intel HD Video, and then you have I think it's an NVIDIA, let me see if I can remember what it is. It's a GT525M that's got 512 megs of VRAM. The whole purpose behind that on some of these modern laptops, which I don't understand because this is a desktop replacement, they're not known for their battery life. But the concept is that if you're just plugging around with this, sending email or whatnot, or browsing the internet, it's going to run on the Intel HD graphics. If you fire up a 3D app or do some light gaming with it, it might run on the 3D processor, which is going to kind of degrade your battery life a lot quicker. What I was going to show you is there's a way to override that. If you go to the NVIDIA control panel in these, you can actually manually select which processor, because for Internet Explorer, you want to use the high performance. I did this to kind of do a benchline test, so I would just have a IE window open in the background, and then of course that way I would know which processor it's actually running off of. Kind of complicated, but makes things work. There's the specs on this. You've got the Intel Core i7. The QM indicates the quad core. Although it says it's running at 2 gigahertz with the turbo boost, I think it runs up to 3. So let me just kind of like verify that for just a second here. once CPU ID loads up. Yeah, right now just kind of hanging out at like 2.5. Let's see if we can make it do something to actually raise that up. So if you want to see it go to full speed, one easy way to do that on a computer to kind of warm it up a little bit, yeah, just run disk cleanup real quick and then go back to the CPU screen, and you'll see it's going to hopefully give us full power here. Nope, doesn't want to. Seems to want to kind of hang around there today at 2.5 gigahertz. Anyway, that's the Vostro 3750. We're going to show you some of the ports here in just a second. Let me shut her down first, though. In the middle of a disk cleanup. Nice fast shutdown. That's the way I like it. Not a space heater either. This thing's really heavy, so don't expect me to kind of cart it around with one hand right away. I don't know what that is. I guess we could... yeah, y'all can tell me maybe. Is it labeled Dell something? Something goes in there. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of weird slot. I know HP had some kind of weird proprietary, like, external hard drive thing that used to go on a slot right there. So I don't know if that's Dell's version of that. Well, we got the DVD rewritable right here. You might notice how shiny it is. That's where I use a little Meguiar's Gold Class on the outside. Anytime they have this metallic finish, like I said, they also clear coat it. It's like a car. And if you put a coat of wax on it, it will not only protect it, but it'll also make it look very nice as well. There's your two USB 3.0s, and of course the standard USB 2.0. When you're setting these up, you always got to use this one with your flash drive until you get the drivers installed for those. On the back side, you got your gigabit Ethernet. There's your external video. Kensington micro lock, if you can see that, and power supply, and it's nice and tight on this one. That's kind of one of my OCD things about these. I like it when the power things are nice and tight. There's where the hot stuff comes out right there. This is very unusual. I've only seen this on a few other laptops. It's a combo USB eSATA plug, so you can actually, depending on how you have it configured, so you could use it for... I pretty much don't use it because if you were to wiggle around a flash drive inside there, you could ruin that really quickly. So just kind of, we'll just consider this plug here off limits. HDMI port, we've got your standard, I call it 3.5 millimeter, also 1/8 inch mini plugs. The kids nowadays call these aux cables. They go in there. This is your standard, secure digital, whatever, media card slot, that sort of thing. On the front side, your indicated ports, and of course, nice big battery. And there it is, the desktop replacement, the heavy, the massive, the quad core, the 3750. This is once again Captain Seaton reporting live from the Vostro mothership. See you next time.